Hold on, it's almost there. And we're live. Hey, everybody, happy Monday. Happy Easter. Hope everyone had a good weekend. I'm here, Todd Schroth and Daniel Betancourt, to bring you our Monday real estate coaching tips.
Happy Easter, everyone. Happy Monday. Hope everyone has a productive, awesome week this week. How's the weekend? Did you do the bunny suit thing you were talking about?
I did our Easter event, but I did not put on the bunny suit because I did not want to scare the kids.
Oh, man.
So a photo is worth 1,000 words or 1,000 scares. So what I did was I just took a photo and that went out to our group.
Biggest bunny ever.
6'5" bunny is not something that anybody wants to see, especially when the suit doesn't fit. So it was like, let's go back to the 70s and wear floods. I have a flooded pants bunny suit. So yeah,
That's
it didn't
funny.
work. So it was
That's
good.
All right. You had the event done with
yes.
Topic today. It's the way today's topic.
Well, that's kind of ties in. We just did so. I just did a event for our clients this weekend, and I used to do 3 or 4 events a year. Obviously, COVID kind of put a kibosh on that last year, and so we ended up pivoting our events to our March. We usually do like a happy hour, summer movie event or something else. In fall, we do a fall festival. So March last year, we did a towel event. We just brought everybody beach towels since they got to be home, going to the beach, doing whatever they're doing. So we bought branded beach towels, did a visit each one of them. And then in November, we did October, in place of the fall festival, we did a pumpkins and pictures. So we set up the office, set up a Calendly event. So there was literally every 5 minutes somebody coming and at their scheduled time to get their photos, grab a basket, grab a pumpkin, get your photos, and move on. And then we, some people hung out for a while, and some people, did what they were supposed to, just get their stuff and go. And then so we wanted to do something again this quarter, and so we decided to tie it into Easter and make it an Easter event where we had time blocks 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and so we had, I think, 12 families per hour, and so it filled up, which was great, and it was just enough to get families here, get their family photos, and we're gonna edit them and send them off to the clients. And then we had, because of our additional office space we were able to set up stations, and so we ended up having like a coloring station for the kids. We had a what was it? Just like an Easter section. I forgot what the heck it was. What the one table was, and then it was just a lot of the parents. It was cool to connect with them because the kids were kept busy. And so we did hide golden eggs throughout the office. So if they found a golden egg, they got a prize.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it was fun. And a lot of it ties into what we're talking about today, is staying top of mind. How do you stay top of mind with your database? Right.
So, if you want to have longevity in this business of real estate, you have to not only close deals. Closed deal is only as good as your last transaction. So you close a deal yesterday and that's it. Unless you stay in touch with those customers. So staying top of mind is the key to longevity in real estate. So as you accumulate closings and past customers, you want to stay in constant communication with them. So that way they will remember you, even though we all feel like we're like super, super memorable. A lot of, everyone else is as busy as we are. So it's easy to forget a name, easy to forget a phone number. And you don't want that happening if you plan to be in real estate long term. So today we're going to be covering some tips on how to stay top of mind with your customers and your sphere of influence, the people that who know, like, and trust you and have done business with you. So in addition to your customers, could be friends and family. Also, your family you should be top of mind with your family anyway. But
some of them we want to, some we don't.
Got some strategies to keep you top of mind that don't include arguing with them during the holidays.
So first one is call or text, and it's a reason to touch base. So sorry, I'm not speaking correctly today. One couple we were talking with today was doing on our previous Zoom on a leadership meeting, was talking about doing video CMAs. She's got 500 people in her database, and she wants to send 10 videos a day. So she's going to get, for the next 45 to 50 days, get 10 CMAs out a day. But their video CMAs shouldn't take but an hour to get them all done. If you, again, more complex properties might take a little bit longer. Most of the stuff you can knock out a quick CMA quickly to them. It's a reason to touch base. So you just find a reason to reach out to everyone.
Right. I mean, you can call, find a reason to touch base with them, find a restaurant that you remember them mentioning to ask them about, HOA issues in the community where they purchase. Say, hey, I've got a customer that's looking in your same community, and I was wondering if you knew the answer to this, or just find a reason to call, stay in touch with your past customers, calling, texting. Hey, I saw this on Facebook. Your daughter got married. Congratulations on your new son-in-law. There's always reasons to call or text your customers. So number one, obviously, that's the easiest one, call and text. Video message also, email. So, with email, you could be a little more strategic. You like monthly market updates, what you were just talking about, doing a video CMA. That's an awesome idea, and that's incorporated into some of the ideas that I have here. That's you email your customers. For my customers, for the longest time, I would just create an MLS auto search. You know how you can have it send once a month, every other week, or every day, or ASAP. Right. Yeah, I would just have it send once a month, and I would ask my assistant to set up an auto search of a 1/4 mile radius around their subject property, and homes within plus or minus 250 square feet or 300 square feet, and it was automated. And the subject line was your neighborhood market update. And it was something that I could delegate to my assistant. She would just pull up their address, 1/4 mile radius, homes within, plus or minus 300 square feet, monthly email. And if they're not interested, fine. It's not, you're not soliciting them for business, but a lot of people are interested in knowing what's selling in their neighborhood. I have a search going on for my own neighborhood because I want to see, what the activity is in my neighborhood. So I think a lot of other people would appreciate that.
Do you have people unsubscribing from that? Because I feel like once we close, they unsubscribe, but I think I'm just sending them the auto updates of the larger project. But do you let them know that you're going to be doing that for them?
I usually wait. If I'm for that kind of a thing, I'll wait till a year has passed. So I won't do it usually. Like a lot of times by the time the customer has purchased a home with you, they've been getting so many emails from you with listings. Like they're just going to think you're still sending them some kind of search and they're unsubscribing from those. So I wait a year from the time that they've closed because I imagine not many people are going to sell within a year. But after a year, I think people are interested in seeing. And as long as it's once a month, it's not, it's not too intrusive. The other one is a home equity tracker. You've probably heard of Homebot, right?
Yeah, that's integrating with our YLOPA website. That is awesome because it does pull all your equity. It kind of gives you some sales score ideas. It does message you that they've looked at it. If they want to update their information, it'll put it in there. So Homebot's a really good one. And you can partner with a lender on that and almost get it for free. I think we were paying $25 a month. Yeah,
Homebot. The website, by the way, is homebot.ai for anyone who wants to sign up for that. You go there, you can create an account, and you can upload a database of customers, and it'll send them a monthly home equity report, and it'll pull public records. It'll identify when they purchased a home. It'll estimate what their mortgage balance is and give them a monthly update of what their home is approximately worth and what the equity they have. So that's great. You could do an email newsletter is another one. Social media. So we're going to go over 7 tips. We talked about calling, texting. That's one. We're talking about emailing right now. That's number 2. Number 3 is social media. Engaging with your customers, creating special groups for your customers. I don't know if you have like a VIP group for your customers, but a lot of successful agents have some kind of a Facebook group that's just exclusive for their customers where they bring them a value and support each other in different ways.
So the idea on the VIP groups, there's a book called Perk Your Sphere. And there is a Facebook group called Perk Your Sphere Mastermind. And I did a show on that last year with the girl who wrote it, and it's a good book, but it's also kind of talks about how to create your VIP clients and and what to do there. So that kind of dives into your creating the VIP group and rewarding the ones who refer you the most.
What's the name of the book?
Perk Your Sphere.
Perk Your Sphere.
Okay. Yeah. So that's another great one. Mailings. I know you spend a ton of money on postage, but I try to touch my sphere of influence, my past customers, with a quarterly mailing, which includes holiday mailers, magnet calendars, magnet to-do lists, sport calendars,
and event invites. Do you do event invites by mail?
We do. We do a nice little handwritten card to everybody. Just talks about the event, where to go register. So it's Team Stroth Events. And then they'll go ahead and let us know they're coming on there, how many kids, etc. I love the Calendly link with those because it does remind them of the event coming up. So unfortunately, we had a couple of families that had kids that were sick, so they couldn't come. They let us know on there that they couldn't come. So we're not like, hey, we're missing 15 people. What happened to them? And then that's, so they let us know that was going on, so we can kind of keep head count on what's up.
Do you send out cards is another one that ties into a lot of CRMs. Are you taking advantage of that send out card, follow up boss CRM interaction?
We are not. Actually, we're talking about doing that now. So that kind of ties in your next one, which is quarterly mail, and then the greeting cards. And so AM cards and send out cards. I did a show with Curtis Lucy with the AM card side. And send out cards has, I think, a little bit more on the gift side of things, but they're great. I mean, you could do 5 handwritten notes quickly because it's just go in there, type the information, and send it out, versus having to sit there and handwrite and think about what's there. You can create your own and all that stuff too.
Yeah, the greeting cards is awesome. You know, alla Buffini, the thank you notes.
Yeah.
Writing 5 thank you notes. When years ago, I don't know, 10 years ago, when we were doing the 100 Days to Greatness was the Buffini program, and it recommended or it prescribed 5 thank you notes on a daily basis to people. So you're just finding, one, it's good for just acknowledging gratitude. 2, you're thanking people. So if you can get into that habit, write 5 personal thank you notes a day, that would be awesome for anyone.
I mean, that's the biggest thing. So I get thank you notes from people, and I've got them on my desk. I'll keep them, and it's just a little piece on my desk that I'm some of them I had for 2-3 years. They just, it's some things should be gone through. But if you look behind, I've got 2 or 3 sitting there, and I've had them there for a while because they were heartfelt, and it just makes me stay top of mind reminder on them. Right.
So that announcements, special announcements, congratulatory cards, that all falls in line with greeting cards. And the other one is supporting your sphere's business. A lot of us are business owners, so our past customers have businesses that we can support. We can write positive reviews for their businesses online. We can purchase, things that they're selling. We can contribute to charities. Right before I got on this call, I made a video and posted it on Facebook in support of one of my friends. He's doing a charitable drive. He's doing he's riding a lawnmower across the floor from the East Coast to the West Coast. And
does he need someone to go with him? Because that'd be just like a nice, long, leisurely ride.
He's doing that right now, actually, for Habitat for Humanity. So anyone watching this, you can go to moathon.com and contribute to that cause. And that's an example of, support your sphere, and they'll support you. It could be as simple as just giving them a positive review online and purchasing from them, recommending them to others, tag them in things that, they would benefit from. So support their businesses. That's number 6 on the list. And number 7, to bring it back full circle, is hosting client events. So that's what we just started this conversation with Todd, talking about his Easter egg hunt event that he had. So hosting client events is an incredible way to connect with your customers. And you have all these opportunities to connect with them because you get to invite them, and you get to remind them, and then you get to confirm their reservation. Then you get to see them at the event, and then you get to thank them for attending the event. Then you get to invite them to the next event. So just in that one, you have all these methods and all these opportunities to reconnect.
Well, you want to touch your clients about 7 to 10 times a year, and that one event took about 7 or 8 times right there, and it's staying top of mind. And it is great when they do come because they will get to know your team, they get to know your agents, they say thanks to the staff. And one of them that just came yesterday or Saturday to the event was like, hey, we're actually looking, we've been, looking at 4-bedroom homes. And I'm like, yeah, I noticed you've been creeping on the site because mom and dad had just spent 5 months at the house with them. And so now they want a place for the next in-laws are on their way down to stay with the grandkids. And they want that extra bedroom so they don't have to feel so cramped with, when the in-laws are in town. So great way to get client to find out what's going on with clients, see them face to face. And that's, that right there will pay for the event.
Right. And, talk about paying for the event. You can get vendors to contribute as well. We send a lot of business to title companies and lenders and home inspectors and photographers and all that. So you can network with those folks and them happy to contribute, and you're helping each other out and co-promoting.
So we had our fall festivals we used to do. We would do it's called a trunk or treat. So one way to get the sponsorships was we had the mortgage company had a trunk, the home inspector had a trunk, the title company had a trunk. We got some other local businesses to contribute that weren't real estate related, but the people in the community knew them. So it was a great way for them to see their clients as well.
Right. You're sharing audiences, which is one of the other benefits of co-promoting with any vendors. You're sharing audiences. So just to recap, calling, texting, we counted that as tip number 1. Emailing them and gave several examples. That's tip number 2. Social media, connecting with your sphere on social media. Tip number 3. Quarterly mails, greeting cards, supporting their businesses, hosting client events. That was number 7. So today's 7 tips for staying top of mind, and hopefully you take some action. Anyone watching this?
No, I think it's awesome.
Did we have a comment or a question? I thought I saw something pop up from a viewer.
Oh, we do, and I had to tag in your Moathon. I just pulled the website up. That's awesome. I'm going to contribute just for the guys' entertainment.
Appreciate that.
We did have a comment. It was a great event. I think it's one of our team on here. Good way to slowly reintroduce the client appreciation events as we navigate coming out of this pandemic.
Yeah, a lot of people are ready to reconnect. So, it's a prime time for doing that, and a lot of people are getting vaccinated. So that's another plus. And so obviously you want to do it safely, and but get to it. That's what it takes to have longevity in real estate. It's not just about a closing. That's like a one-time deal. It's about being, partnering with each other and bringing value to his life.
So just to tie in the events, one more thing, the ones that can't come or had to cancel, we brought them for the pumpkins event. We did bring them the pumpkins. They had 3 kids. So we wanted to make sure they were able to take advantage of what was there. So we brought the pumpkins to them. They were thankful. And again, seeing them in person again was just, hey, guys, we're actually getting cramped in this apartment and we need to get out of here. So it's can reconnect with a client who's now ready to move. So
a cool thing, just, to use an example from my church, a lot of the churches were expecting big crowds for Easter. And now in the pandemic, you have to RSVP there. So fewer people are able to make it and all that. And I'm sure some people are timid to go because we're in a pandemic. But my church, they usually give out donuts before the service. They just have donuts for everybody. And they offered, for the people who are unable to attend church this weekend, they were going to do a drive-through where you could just drive through and pick up donuts a couple days in advance. And they said, save the donut until the day of service and we'll all get to partake together. But that's, it's kind of another example of what you were just talking about, where you have another method where for those that can't come to the event, that you have a backup strategy. So that's awesome.
So if you guys ever want to dive into any of these more one-on-one, happy to reach out to us. And, because we've done a lot of this stuff and we can kind of give you some more, dive deeper into the plan to make sure these are accomplished correctly.
Yeah, brainstorm ideas. We'd love to talk to you. And you can email me, Daniel@teambetancourt.com. Todd is everywhere, right?
Yeah, Todd at Team Stroke, and or message us through the page or on Facebook.
All right, sounds
Awesome,
good.
Guys, have a great week.
Have an amazing week.